Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Electric Soul. If you're new to my channel, I am a motivational speaker, a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to change your life and to change the world. So today in this video, I intend that I can definitely do that. Because within this video, and I am going to say to preface or preface, I don't know how to say preface, I think it is. For this video subject and the next video subject, they're both going to be covering mental health within the law of assumption. So if you know that you've been struggling with mental health while using the law of assumption, which by the way is you consciously manifesting your desires into your reality. So in this lifetime, you know, we all have the power to manifest whatever we want. But here what we would be doing is consciously taking control of our reality so that we're able to get whatever we want through our assumptions, okay? So what the topic in today's video is going to be in regards is about what I think about the law of assumption, what it has done for me, what I've learned about it, things like that, so that I can really get it through y'all's head. The different perspectives that do come with using the law of assumption to your advantage or conscious manifesting. Because honestly speaking, with the law of assumption, it's very, very limitless. There's pretty much anything that you can do to manifest whatever you want. You're never limited to doing one thing or thinking one thing or going about manifesting something a specific way. Everything is up to you. So I am just going to be discussing how I think that the law of assumption is helpful and things like that. Even discussing if the law of assumption is false hope, how it works, like everything like that, because I just want to get it through to y'all, like I said. But besides that, since we're basically already getting started with the video, let's talk about the background music today in this video, the binaural beat album that is playing behind. I'm very happy to say that this law of assumption binaural beat playlist is coming through to bless our ears, to bless our soul, and to bless our desires. Everything that we want is already in the bag. And what better way to manifest what you want through using sats, visualization, even affirming and persisting, like anything really, than to use binaural beats that quite literally work in favor of your desires. You know, it's made specifically to help you manifest. So if you do like what you're hearing and you are interested in hearing more of this kind of music to help you out, of course, the link to that will be down below so that y'all can go check out the playlist. But besides that, guys, now we can get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about what I personally think about the law of assumption, kind of like the little things that go in between it. I'm gonna cover quite a few things because I just want to get my opinion out there so that you guys also understand exactly what it is to be manifesting in your favor, you know? I don't want anyone to feel like this is actually limiting in any way, shape, or form, because it's truly not. And so with that being said, the first thing that I am going to say about when it comes to the law of assumption is that it is completely understandable that not everybody entirely understands what the law of assumption is off rip. Like, a lot of people hear about the law and they don't fully recognize off rip that this is something that is actually truly genuinely limitless. They assume that there has to be something in between, or is it really that easy? If I actually stick to my desires and I know that I have them, will I manifest? And like things like that, all questions that I really asked myself at the beginning as well. But now that I've been practicing the law of assumption for over 2 years, I can say that, yeah, this shit definitely does work. It is not false hope. It's not fake. It's not anything where you're telling yourself lies that, oh, this is happening, and then nothing's happening. I am going to say that when it comes to you telling yourself that you do have what you want, the most important thing is that you're embedding your confidence into that shit. Because it is very, very easy to think that this stuff doesn't work when you're not actually confident in what you're saying. Like, you have to believe in yourself, at least to some extent. And even if you don't believe in yourself in the right way, people have manifested negative things, like things that are unfavorable, because they believed in themselves to the extent of being able to manifest shitty things. Do y'all get what I'm trying to say here? It's all about what side of the spectrum that you're choosing to stay at. But I will say that, again, as somebody who did wonder a bunch of things, had 1,000,001 questions, because honestly speaking, I wouldn't be on here talking about the law of assumption or anything for that matter if I wasn't properly educated on that subject. Because I want to be sure that I'm giving out information that actually resonates and that works and that is truthful, you know, accurate, and especially helpful. That's really my whole intention. I want to be very, very helpful. So I remember that I had a lot of questions as well about if this was false hope, is it real, is it fake, whatever, how are people doing this, but I'm not. And the only thing that I had to realize is that the law of assumption is here to help you. It's here to bless you. It's here to really just empower you. I think that that is the most important thing, is realizing that this stuff right here is meant to empower you, because it truly is meant to empower you. It's not meant to be something where you feel stuck, where you feel like you're lying to yourself or like you are unconfident for the rest of your life. Meanwhile, everyone around you is getting what they want, but you're the one who's the victim. You never get anything that you want. Like, I don't want to hear that, because that's not true. It's just not true. You know, if you claim that energy and you say that that is the truth, it will be the truth for you. But as a general perspective, as somebody who is also spiritual, somebody who does see the universe, God within myself, within the angels, everything, like I see everything in this universe to be something that spiritually helps us as well. I do see, from my perspective, every single thing in this world set out to be something that can help us in some way. I don't believe that you were meant to discover the law just so that you can discover it and then give up on yourself and then feel like shit forever. Like, absolutely not. And I think that that's really where my pride set in, even for myself, because I remember that there was a point where I really wanted to give up. Not even give up though, like that's not even the right word, because it was more that my ego was bruised. I felt like, what am I doing wrong? What am I this? What am I, like all the stuff that continued to make me feel limited. I kept asking myself these questions, but then I just realized that if I discovered the law when I did, at a time that I really, really needed it, at a time that I felt so stuck in my life, like I kid you not, that was one of the periods in my life I knew I had to get my stuff together mentally and even just physically, everything in my life. So if I discovered the law of assumption when I did at the perfect time, because I do also believe in things coming to you at the perfect time, you know, if you intend it, it's gonna come, that's it. If I found it at the perfect time, why in the world would I give up on what seemed like a blessing to me if I found it at that time? I knew that I had to take it and to actually master it to the most of my ability, because if I didn't, it would be like a waste. It's almost like when you know that you're meant for something, but then you take the other direction, and then you take the other direction, and then you regret not going in the path of your dreams. That's exactly what it would have felt like if I didn't sit there and learn to master the law of assumption through being in control, truly in control of my thoughts, my emotions, my feel, everything like that. And I'm not saying that you have to be in control of your feelings at all times kind of thing, but more of what I'm trying to say is you have to have a strong sense of discipline. Like you have to be able to feel what you feel, think what you think, whatever, and then put yourself right back on track to where you need to be. You know, if you're sad, it's okay to be sad, but don't let yourself extendedly, on purpose, be sadder longer than you should be because you want to be sad. You know, it's things like this that I really had to knock into perspective for myself so that I wouldn't settle for anything less, especially when I wanted to settle. But again, I knew that if I found the law, it was meant to bless me. So upon me finding the law, I do remember that there were a lot of crazy things, right? Crazy. Things that seem very illogical in this very logic-based world. You would think, how the fuck did they manifest that? Is that really possible? Can you really change your appearance? Can you really manifest the love of your life? Can you really get money? Like all this stuff that goes through the minds of many, many people, which understandably is because of the limiting beliefs that were embedded within us on purpose on this earth for a reason. It's to keep us trapped within one mindset, because truth be told, I'm gonna be so honest with y'all, some people's intentions in this world is for you to just stay silent, for you to not know of your power, not recognize who you are. It's meant to just keep you in one place, and that is exactly why I come on here so loyally every fucking week, twice a week. It's because we're not dealing with that. Like, I need to be the one to help people understand that we really are limitless. We really are people who can take advantage of what we want. We can really do whatever it is that we want to do, manifest whatever it is. And the last thing that we should be focusing on is how things are not working out in our favor, because that's really where I feel like I was the most stuck, where I was the angriest at the law of assumption, when in reality, the law of assumption is just a reflection of who I am. You know, the law of assumption is not something that, I don't know how to put it, but basically it's not something that you can say, oh, I'm practicing this and it's just a phase, but I'm gonna stop eventually and move on to something else. Like, the law of assumption is a lifestyle. The way that I see it is as something that helps you open up your mind to understand just how limitless you really are, to be able to put your power to use, and again, to be able to manifest whatever you want just because you want it. Now, I will say that within the law of assumption, I feel like some people don't really understand the law of assumption to the extent of, oh, you can't do that, you can't manifest that, that's impossible to change, you shouldn't do that, that's gaslighting yourself, like things like that. And honestly, I entirely understand, especially because I do major in psychology. Like, I entirely understand that is dead ass how it appears, and how it might appear to somebody who has only grown up on logic, because again, I was also one of those very logical people, raised with two very, very logical parents in a very, very logical family type B. But I had to learn to understand that the way that I was feeling in terms of, I want to change this, so I deserve to change it, that wasn't going away. Anytime that I ignored my feeling of, oh, I want to change this, but I guess I shouldn't because I can't kind of thing, anytime that I actually took that on and I ignored the feeling of me feeling like I can actually do this, it always came back to bite me in the butt, because I would see somebody else do it. I would see somebody else manifest what I wanted to manifest, and they did it successfully. They got what they wanted, but I gave up on myself. So I look at them and I'm like, oh my God, like, I can't believe I gave up on myself when they didn't give up on themselves. So I will say that from my perspective, it definitely is a soul-based thing where I just feel intuitively what is correct, what is not correct, whatever else goes around it kind of thing. You just have to be wise about where you're putting your energy and what you are picking up within the law of assumption to use to your advantage, because the last thing that you want is to be somebody who discovers something so wonderful like this and then you don't use it to your advantage, because you would rather remain in a victim mentality when you know that you're not meant for that. And I will say as well that I am the oldest in my family. I have two younger sisters who as well have been put onto the law of assumption, and we all unite. Like, we just understand exactly what it is to use the law to our advantage. Because even though we may have been limited before, that twinge of open-mindedness was always within us. I remember even since I was like a kid, since I was a child, because I've always been a psychic, I've always been able to see spirits and things like that, that I would believe and feel things that were limitless. I remember just feeling things that were impossible could be made possible, but everyone around me was telling me it was impossible. So if you're an insecure child who's depressed and doesn't know what they're doing, and you have a bunch of people around you telling you what you feel is incorrect, you shouldn't be doing that, you're obviously going to listen to them because you believe what you're hearing, because you don't have enough confidence to trust in what you believe and what you're feeling for yourself. So you do end up listening to those who you feel like are overpowering you. And that right there as well is where the law of assumption comes in to show you everything that you were saying is correct. Everything that you see and you feel is correct. If you want to be a singer, if you want to be a scientist, if you want to be the first person to fly to Jupiter, whatever, you can do all that stuff because that is what is meant for you. You understand what I'm trying to say here? Like, you have to switch your perspective around to understand that the limited things that you thought were limited are only limited in your eyes because you see it that way. That is why there are people out here who made the impossible happen. Do you see what I'm trying to say here? There are people out here who have exceeded those limits. Those are the people who are stars. I'm not even just talking about actors and singers. I'm talking about people who exceed limits that they thought that they couldn't, or at least people around them thought that they couldn't. Because obviously, if they really truly thought that they couldn't, they wouldn't have. But they knew that they could because they understood that their power was something that they could use to their advantage. So within the law of assumption, personally speaking, the way that I see this and the way that I perceive it the most is definitely to be something that is very, very open-minded. You have to be open-minded. This is not a joke. You have to be open-minded. Very, very confident as well. You have to be very confident. This is not for the weak. Let's just say that. But especially speaking, doing what's right for you. The law of assumption covers doing exactly what you feel is right for you to do. Because some people feel like they have to manifest certain things because other people manifested them. Some people feel like if they don't manifest something to reverse in the way that other people have reversed it in their lives, that they failed, or things aren't going to work out, or my life is over if I don't get this done. That is incorrect. And that is probably one of the things that I want y'all to kind of be on the lookout for when it comes to the law of assumption, is not getting your mind all tangled up in the mindset that you have to do certain things because of other people, and if you don't, then you're done. Or even forcing yourself to try to manifest something that you want to manifest, but you feel like you can't do it, so you ended up hating the law of assumption because you felt like it was punishing you and putting too much pressure on you. When in reality, guys, remember, the law of assumption works for you, okay? One of the biggest things that I had to do here was figure out my way of how I was going to manifest things. And no, it is not the same way that other people do it. I know I have a different mindset than before. I know what I'm doing for me, okay? This is a specified plan for you. It's not about what the next person's doing. I gotta follow this person's formula. It's not about that shit, okay? It's all about discovering what feels most comfortable for you. If you feel like doing one thing to manifest your desires is going to stress you out, do not take that route. If you feel like the other way works better with you, then take that way. But it is entirely up to you. It is entirely up to you, but I promise you the law of assumption does work for everybody. Whether you're focusing on the positive or the negatives, you are still manifesting something. So if you are going to be manifesting consciously, because again, the law of assumption is just a way of life, it's literally about you taking advantage of what you consciously recognize that you are able to manifest whatever you want. So this is just the way of life for everybody. This is the way it goes for everybody. This is exactly what I want you all to recognize and to do for yourselves as well. Because personally speaking, again, I do love the law of assumption. I have recognized and empowered it all the way. Like, I feel like I've truly mastered it within myself. And I could not be happier about that, because as a person who did feel limited at one point, yeah, I would be mad at it for a little bit, but I always knew that I was in the wrong. I always knew that I just had to figure my way out around this. And so I did. And now that I'm here and I'm telling you guys exactly what I did and how I figured it out for myself, just going with the flow, understanding that this world was always going to rock with me, okay? Like, I don't believe in being hopeless. I believe that there's always hope. Even if you don't see how or even understand where it's going to come from, whatever, you just need to know that there's always hope in every situation. And knowing alone that there is hope, that is more than enough to get you going and flowing in your direction. That is more than enough to bless you. But you got to keep on going in this positive direction, because it's all about you. It really is. I know that y'all can do this though. I know that you all are empowered enough, definitely empowered enough to be able to get what you want. But you have to be the person to be able to get up and to make that happen in your favor, because as long as you're sitting here and continuously hating on something that you're doing regardless, like you're doing it right now, how can you expect to get everything that you want? You understand what I'm trying to say here? You just have to be strong. You have to be really, really, really fucking strong, but you are strong. And it doesn't take much effort at all, because all you're doing is thinking in favor of something. The thing that I would say takes a little bit more effort is you actually keeping that mindset, you know, where you're able to consistently think this way. Even if there's a blip in the road for a second or a day, you're not gonna let that be enough to stop you because you're that bitch. You know what you're doing. That's basically the whole point. You know exactly what you're doing. And I want you all to take advantage of this law. The law of assumption is obviously here to bless you. It's really as easy as just knowing. I know that it's done. I know that it's done. I know that it's done. You don't have to do 1,000,001 different techniques, methods, whatever. Just know that it's done. And anything that tells you no, you say yes. That's literally all there is to that. There's nothing else besides it. You just have to believe in yourself. And I know that y'all do, because why the fuck wouldn't you? We are them bitches for a reason. It's because we know what we're doing. So let's keep on going strong. Let's keep on doing what we gotta do. Let's keep on manifesting in favor. Let's just keep on going with the flow while manifesting everything that we want effortlessly, because we know that we can. And that's it, my love. And that really is it, because thank you guys so much for watching my video. That's basically it for my video today. I intend that this video today helped you out to the most visibility in terms of y'all understanding my perspective. Not even about understanding it, more just how you can use it to your advantage, because everything that I say here, I want you guys to apply it to your life. Like, I don't even care if you guys listening to what I'm saying and that's it. Like, I want you guys to listen to what I'm saying and then turn it back onto yourselves to figure out for yourself what it is that you should or should not be doing, technically speaking. And as somebody who is truly and genuinely in control, there's no excuse for you to not be in control. You know what I'm trying to say? You gotta be willing to make shit happen in your favor. You really do. That is the biggest opinion of all. That is the biggest opinion that I have about the law of assumptions, that it's all about conquering your power. And as you already know, bitch, listen to me real quick. Seeing yourself as you are and the power that you hold, and basically not victimizing yourself in any way, because you shouldn't be. That is all that you need to understand, that you're a person who's gonna get what you want. Like, you're a person who has already gotten what you wanted because you intend that. But you intending that is exactly what's going to make it happen. Y'all see what I'm trying to say here? It's all about where you lay your intentions to see miracles bloom in your favor. Because I'm gonna say, even when it does come to limited mindsets and people or whatever else, I understand where that perspective comes from, because I know what it was like. You know, I was very afraid. I didn't understand. I was scared of my power. I was scared of what was gonna come out of it. But despite me being scared, I had to learn over time that that wasn't enough. You know, that shouldn't have been enough for me to not get up and to get what I want, because obviously it wasn't enough if I'm here right now. I had to force myself to overcome what I was feeling. I had to force myself to stop victimizing myself. I had to force myself to stop saying, oh, I can't do this, but they can. What am I doing? Like, enough of the bullshit. Stop focusing on other people. I had to stop telling myself that I deserved to not get what I want, that it was just, that was it. No, absolutely not. I found it when I did for a reason. If I didn't take it upon myself to actually master it, it would have been an enormous waste of time, and I would have totally regretted doing that. Because I know today, if I wasn't on the law of assumption, bitch, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Actually, no, it definitely was inevitable. I know that this was meant for me. That's it. But I am going to tell you guys, if you're watching this video, I'm going to tell you from a spiritual perspective as a psychic medium, if you are watching this video right now, just know that the law of assumption as well is meant for you. I'm telling you right here, right now, even if you don't even know where to start, I can just feel in my soul that actually everyone who's watching this, the law of assumption is meant for you. Don't just watch this video and say, must be nice, would like that, but I can't. Nope. I want you to say, yeah, I can. Holy shit. Oh my God. This is meant for me. This is really meant. Yes, it is. I want you to know that, because upon you knowing it, it is guaranteed love. It is guaranteed all the way to the max. You just have to start somewhere. And if anything, this right here is your start. This is the beginning of everything that you ever wanted. Now is the time to keep on going strong and to stop worrying about whatever else is going on around you. Now is the time to take advantage. Now is the time to really be confident in yourself and in your ability to manifest whatever you want, and to be determined and motivated enough to really figure out what works best with you, so that you can make the law of assumption work in your favor, where you don't feel stressed out, you don't compare your techniques to other people, you don't see what other people are doing, you don't, like, honestly, I keep mentioning other people with this because that is a huge thing that gets a lot of people down, is what am I doing wrong that I can't get this? Other people are doing it, they did this and it worked, but it didn't work for me. Or even just the general belief of, my parents told me that I couldn't, so I believe that I can't. That is still another person affecting you. So for 1 second, just take it upon yourself to only focus on what you want, what you believe, and what you feel. What you feel, not what you logically think. What do you feel? Do you feel like you can do this? Of course you do. Each and every single one of you. I know every single one of you, even the most limited person, limited because none of y'all are limited, can say that in your hearts and your souls, you do feel that you can do this, because you know that you can. So get up and make something happen. Stop waiting. Stop wasting your time. Stop thinking that you can't. Stop spending another day assuming the complete opposite of what you want, because it's all bullshit. And you already knew that. Of course you did, because we both know that that is the truth. But alright, my love, I'm gonna leave it here, because I know I went in on this video and I intend that my opinion, what I feel, what I think, what I intuitively believe to the bottom of my core, helps you out to the most of its ability, because I want nothing but the best for you all. I want you all to be happy, safe, just getting what it is that you want. No complaints, no nothing. Like, confidence is so important in this life. Self-concept, in other words, which is basically confidence in the law of assumption. Understanding that all this shit is bagged in your favor, because it absolutely is. Secured, ho. All right then. May God bless you always, my love. Thank y'all so much again for watching. I will see y'all this Thursday for another video. May God bless you all. Please take care, everybody. And let's get it together. Let's get it together. Let's get our opinions together in terms of the law. Stop hating if you don't understand it, which you do understand it. You do understand that you are limitless. I know that you do. I know that you know that you can get whatever you want. I know that you know that the possibilities are endless. I know that you know that no matter what, it's always going to work out in your favor. I know that you know what the tea is. But you got to stick it out long enough to actually see it manifest in your favor. Because don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't worry about the opinions. Don't worry about even your own opinion about this. If you know that that opinion is not helping you, do not pay attention to it, because you do have the power to overcome any opinion or thought or feeling that does not resonate with your highest self. Because as your highest self, you're supposed to exceed all those limits. Like, you're supposed to be above and beyond, because you are above and beyond. You are everything in this world. You are the entire world within itself. The God of your reality, the creator, the operant power, the one who gets to call the shots. You are everything. So there's no reason for you to feel like you can't do this, because you definitely can. And I believe in you more than anything. I know, like, y'all feel me. I know that y'all do. Even the people who do feel so limited that y'all just want to reject all the good shit, you can't reject me, bitch. I'm in your skin. Like, you can't fuck with me. But I want to fuck with you in the best way possible. In the best way possible. I want you all to feel this all the way through. And you do. You do. You do. I intend that. Nothing but that. And again, if y'all see how happy I am right now, and y'all can see, feel my love, everything, my energy, you know that I got to this point. Just know that you can do the same, okay? You can do the same. Just stop telling yourself that you can't. Stop telling yourself that. That is the first step. Stop telling yourself that you can't. Yes, you can. That is it. All right? Damn. I'm not lying though. Like, I'm telling the truth. You already know that though. You already know that. Of course you do. Bye. My angel love baby boo. Sweet face gummy drop angel boy and girl, listen to me. If you want what you want, the last thing you should be doing is sitting here and convincing yourself that something so real is so fake when you know damn well that it's not. You know damn well that everything that you want, it's already done. You already know that everything that you desire, already yours. You already know that everything, every single thing in this world that makes you happy is already done in your favor. That is the most simplest thing in this world to understand. Because why wouldn't it be that simple? This world is supposed to work in your favor. This is not a world where you're supposed to be sitting around feeling sad. Oh my God, everything's working against me. Fuck no, absolutely not. I do not claim that energy for the slightest, not even in the slightest, nothing at all. And if y'all are fans of Aaliyah, like, I'm gonna mention Aaliyah because I love her. She's a very encouraging soul, very, very confident. She right there is somebody who made the limited limitless. You feel me? The impossible possible. If you need further proof that the law of assumption works, just go check out Aaliyah. She didn't practice the law of assumption consciously speaking, but she definitely knew what she was doing, and she manifested a lot of wonderful things just because she was confident in herself. And I want you all to take note of that. Confidence is so important, guys. Just understand that this law is something that's meant to work with you. It's not something that's meant to harm you or hurt you or make you feel hopeless. It is not false hope, babe. It is not. That is the last fucking thing I want to hear. It is not false hope. It is the hope. It is hope, period. But it's not even just the law that you can say is the holy grail. It's dead as just you knowing yourself and your power and your determination, having that will to keep on going. That's it. That's all there is to this. So the law of assumption is just that covered. Like, it's all that wrapped into one. So take advantage of that and stop worrying so hard. Just do what you gotta do. I believe in you. We been knew that though. Like, hello, you gotta understand exactly what this is. And if you know that this is the tea, you know that you're meant to be blessed in this way, let yourself be blessed and stop worrying so hard about anything else. It doesn't fucking matter at all. I promise you, it doesn't. Y'all got this. I believe in you, my love. God bless you all always. You all are the best. Thank you for everything. And keep on going. Y'all got this. You knew that. You knew that. You fucking knew that. Of course you did.